So I'm really happy to have a young bulk Cody Slayton up here. And you notice he's more bulky than bulky at this point. So, buddy, it's you. Slayton, take your spot. Now, I want to recommend that you just open your mouth when you take the hit. Yeah, keep it open as you're taking the hit because that sets you up for the spit gag. Ready? Now, remember, you gotta check your distance. Right, with your left arm on his shoulder, right? You're gonna like find, go, get close to him and put your left hand on his shoulder. There you go, that's the distance, right. Now back up a little bit more. There you go, now you know exactly how far away you are from him when you're gonna give it to him in the kisser. All right, so, place, arm, shoulder. It's okay. Oh, new technique. Oh yeah. Somebody might want to call a housekeeping. Somebody call Cody's wife. Where's she at? Oh wait, Narvi, you got 3 more. Would you take, how would you, what other one, could we do the over and under, or the Swedish? The Swedish, oh, here, take, yes. All right. So now, the Swedish is done by pretending you are the chef from the Muppets. Exactly. The chef would never intentionally ditch one of his creations, so it's an accident, right? So you can play the chef, and I will try to help you as you follow the pie, and at the end the pie goes in my face again. So it's you. Give us the Swedish chef. So, hey, pie victims, if you're wondering why you can't see anything, welcome to my world. Emo. We call it the emo. All right. Okay, now, I think we have 1 pie left, right? We do. I'm not going to do it to Allie because she'll kill me. So, you're off the hook, Allie. We're not going to hit you with a pie. But I think I'd like to do it.
Uh-oh.
See, there are some things that when you work with someone long enough, you know their threshold of pain. Polly knows mine to be pretty high, and so therefore I think I'm getting a pie in my pie.
All right, now I want you to not really fixate on the weapon because you should move forward so you don't get any more splash damage. I've waited a long time for this, Jason.
How long, Polly?
About 10 minutes. Hit it, Maestro.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you, Cody Slayton. Thank you.
Now let's have a few questions.
Any questions?
All right, anyone with questions, just come right up this way.
We will not hit you with the mic at this point.
Blocking views, okay? Anyone who has questions, line up right along here.
We promise.
It's my office. That's where I want my line being.
That's the funnest thing I've ever done.
Polly.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
I'm going to clean up the house.
That was you, the guy.
Thanks, buddy. You're awesome.
All right, good question.
My question is for Polly.
Hello.
I was curious.
Oh, somebody left their, oh, that's a recorder? Uh-oh. Kind of cat's device. Oh, that's pretty nice. More paper towels if we got them.
I was curious how often you call Felix and Jason by the wrong name.
Oh, in New Zealand, Felix got really mad at me over and over and over because I would continually, I wouldn't call Felix Jason, I would call Spike Skull. And that happened over, hey, just grab the tablecloth, man, you'll love it. It's very If anyone starts to feel ill because of the growing stench of rotting cream, welcome to our world. You can't leave, you gotta stay. So yeah, I mean, and he did get pretty bent about it, actually. You know, and I understand. But that's too bad. When you're the new guy, you know, like the Megaforce cast, you just saw them just now, right? They're just like, they're brand new, you can do anything we want to. Try, wait like 5 years and we'll be like, yeah, it's a little funky. Thank you for the question. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up? I mentioned before at one of the panels that I know that both of you guys are Jesus Christ Superstar fans.
Indeed.
My question is this: what's your favorite Jesus Christ Superstar song?
What's the
I was about to say the exact same thing.
Because we used to listen to that every morning in the dressing room.
You
over
can
and
use it
over.
for everything. Why so hungover? Yeah, I mean, it works for everything. Why I like to go through puberty?
Again.
No, we're just getting them with your puberty. Okay, next.
There you go. What's the buzz? And if you don't know, Jesus Christ Superstar by Andrew Lloyd Webber, check it. It's pretty awesome.
Hey, how's it going?
Great, man.
Hey, yeah,
baby.
I didn't have a question, more of a comment. I like what you guys did with the show. Both Skull is awesome.
Thank you.
And I think you guys should just do more stuff. Do like a parody or something where you guys are like playing each other or something. That'd be cool.
Web series?
I don't know. You know, it's kind of like when people invite me, like online, to come do like role playing. I'm like, that's like a double negative for me because I'm just therefore playing Paulie. That's very confusing. And I've never, although I did get invited by a Saban Entertainment senior manager once to play Bulk at his son's birthday party. No. I didn't go. I was like,
Dude, I remember once I went to a friend's party and she had gotten Power Rangers for her kid. I remember there's two things that were really funny. The kid was having a great time with all the Power Ranger stuff, and I walked in and knew the kid for like, since the kid was born, the kid walks in, and that day he finally clicked, oh man. This actually feels good.
hair dye?
No. That's lightning. Sorry. But I remember the kid walking in, and that's the moment he figured out that I was the same guy from Power Rangers, and he looked at me and he went, then I kid you not, he ran into his room and refused to come out. It was not nearly as funny as the poor guy that hadn't actually played the Power Ranger, because the guy came in like this.
Aw, yeah, I've been to some Power Ranger movies.
Where's my money?
Come on, tell more funny anecdotes while I clean up before the cops get here.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you guys so much for coming. You really made our day. And
Oh, this. Regular Saturday afternoon for us.
I was just wondering, what was it like working with the guys who played Lieutenant Stone and Professor Phenomenus?
Oh.
Greg Doug Bullock.
Greg. We call him Greg Doug because he looks like his name should be Doug, but his name is Greg. So Greg Doug is awesome, actually. He's a very funny and talented guy. That's when I think it was Ann who came up with the idea that Bulk and Skull work best. Oh, maybe it was Terry Winkless, our director, who came up with the idea that Bulk and Skull work best when there's a third person, but they don't work well in the Three Stooges mode. In other words, you can't have three Bulk and Skulls. So they thought, you know, they kind of experimented with different antagonists against Bulk and Skull until they settled on Lieutenant Stone. And then it was perfect. Then it really was like we were talking about before, in the old, well, going back to Three Stooges movies, where Bulk and Skull do wacky stuff, okay? And then there would be somebody who, authority. someone of authority that desperately deserves to have a pie fall on them, something horrible would happen to them. That's the Three Stooges. That's their whole routine right there. The Three Stooges go and screw stuff up. Some British lady comes in and she gets goop all over her, right? That's what Bulk and Skull sort of do with Greg Bullock. But yeah, we loved working with them. Some of our favorite stuff was when we were doing the detective stuff. It sucked because we were not working with Rangers as much, but it was the three of us all by ourselves doing nothing but our crap.
And nobody had to be the straight man between you and I, it was him.
Yeah, exactly. He was the straight guy. So it was ideal.
Great question.
And what about Phenomenus?
Oh, Jack Banning, God rest his soul, I think he's passed. Jack was awesome. He was a little old Brooklyn Jew, right? Like he's this big. And he says, hey, I just love you. And what Jack used to do, because he was a funny guy. He probably did a lot of drugs in the 60s, actually, and in the 90s, and in the 80s, and I don't know what he did in the 70s, because he doesn't know either. Jack was great because he used to do stuff like, because he lived in San Diego and drove all the way up to Valencia. It's like a 3-hour drive every day to do it. That's a commute. That's a commute. And he had this little teeny car, and he was a little teeny man with a teeny little bulb with a big Jewish nose. And he would tell the assistant director, are we done with me yet? I'm very tired. I'm very tired.
He just wanted to get out so he could drive home.
Exactly. You're like, check her. Are you tired? You okay? Oh no, I'm fine. I play the 80 years old card. And so then, like, Paulie and I driving home later, Jack probably went and did something else in Valencia, screwed around, got drunk, I don't know. And then, like, you would be driving along in the slow lane, and out of the corner of your eye, you'd see a little Jewish man, the big Jewish nose, and a little Jewish car right past you. 90 miles per hour right down to 405. So that was Jack Banning, a wonderfully talented old vaudevillian style man. He really was.
Wow. Really great problem.
Are you sure you want to be in the splash zone here? You see what we did to the last people?
Hey, it's all the good movie. It's actually about the comedy. Obviously, as you already pointed out, a lot of your comedy was very physical, and even though the two of you have been doing this quite some time and are very practiced at it, everyone knows that no matter how much often mistakes are made and accidents will happen, so it's just a question, how often did it actually happen that maybe something went a little bit wrong and something got
All the time.
Yeah. It was rare. It was rare when something went right. Actually, the funny thing about pie gags, they have to be much more accurate. I mean, would you agree? They got to be more accurate than some of our other gags.
That's true, because there's a potential to really injure your scene partners.
Yeah. I mean, as you notice, as you go it into somebody's face, you're still punching them. These pies weren't quite full enough. And if they're not that full, it's going to be more of your hand and less of the cream. The first hit that I did to Polly, it was too hard. Ow. Yeah, it was really hard, and I really had to pull back on that. But most of the other stuff was absolute chaos. So they would try to shoot, and of course it always depends on what camera. So they would try to shoot with the camera, like, back here. Camera here, what Polly is doing there.
My mom's gonna be back home in like 10 minutes!
We'll take that. I dare you to plan all that. We have a 200-pound man going up and down, defying gravity. We have goop all over the wall. You can't contain that chaos. So Paulie just has to know how to roll with it. And like a good Stanislavski actor, Paulie knows it's about the choices you make to achieve your goal. You can't just go at it head on and expect to achieve it. Try another tactic, Paulie. That's why comedy is advanced acting. It's not for beginners. It's all about tactics, goals, achievements, and then it has